It's time now for sports, kicking off with Arsenal's win against Valencia at the Europa League semi-finals.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was the hat-trick hero for Arsenal as they beat Valencia 4-2 to advance to the final of the Europa League. Kevin Gameiro scored first to give Valencia hope until Aubameyang equalised. Alexandre Lacazette made it 2-1 before Gameiro struck again. However, Aubameyang added 2 more goals to his collection to cap off a brilliant individual performance. The Gunners are now 1 win away from the Champions League qualification.
After the Premier League lost, we took strong in our mind to prepare, to the focus, and to work hard for take this finale. And we can be proud of the players, of the work, of our supporters. They are here today with us. And it's not finishing the success because it's one step more to play the final.
Eden Hazard scored the winning penalty as Chelsea edged past Eintracht Frankfurt 4-3 on penalties to set up an all-English Europa League final against Arsenal. With the score 1-1 after the first leg, Chelsea took lead in the second when Rubus Loftus-Cheek coolly stroked into the far corner in the 28th minute. Frankfurt levelled in the tie 4 minutes after half-time when Luka Jovic slotted home in front of the supporting away fans. Hazard, who could have played his final game for the Blues at Stamford Bridge, held his nerve to book Chelsea's place in Baku.
We played the first final against Manchester City in League Cup. We lost. And so now we want to win. Our group deserved to win. We went in trouble 3 months ago. And here in England, if you are in trouble, the level of the opponents is really very high, and it's not easy to overcome difficulties. And we were able to do it. And so now we deserve to win a trophy.
Roger Federer saved 2 match points before claiming a hard-fought victory over Gael Monfils to reach the Madrid Open quarter-finals. The Swiss 4th seed came from a breakdown in the deciding set to beat the Frenchman 6-0, 4-6, 7-6. The victory was Federer's 1,200th career win and secured his place in a first clay court quarter-final since the French Open in 2015. Federer will face 5th seed Dominic Thiem in the semi-finals. Earlier world number 1 Novak Djokovic breezed past France's Jeremy Chardy 6-1, 7-6. The Serb top seed needed less than 90 minutes to reach the quarter-finals, beating Chardy for the 13th time in as many attempts. He secured the opening set in less than half an hour, but was forced to a tiebreaker as Chardy's resistance stifled in the second. Djokovic, the Madrid champion in 2011 and 2016, will face 9th seed Marin Cilic in the next round. 4-time Caja Mágica champion Rafael Nadal is through to his 7th straight Madrid quarter-final, beating the young gun Francis Tiafoe 6-3, 6-4 in an hour and 32 minutes. Nadal hit his stride after a steady start and broke to lead at 3-1 when Tiafoe was caught out of the net. The American worked hard to ensure Nadal could make no further inroads in the opener, but that one break was enough to take the set. Nadal trailed 30-0 as he served for the match, but quickly moved through the gears to finish Tiafoe off with a pair of storming serves. The victory sets up a quarter-final clash against 2015 French Open champion Stan Wawrinka, who beat Kei Nishikori 6-3, 7-6. 8th seed Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece marched into the quarter-finals with a 6-3, 6-4 win over veteran Fernando Verdasco. Buoyed by the vocal crowd, Verdasco gave them plenty to cheer for by playing some of the key points superbly. But Tsitsipas was too clinical for him and converted his 3rd match point to set up a meeting with Alexander Zverev in the final 8, his 2nd Masters 1000 quarter-final. Toyota drivers Ott Tanak and Jari-Matti Latvala were 2nd and 3rd quickest, with championship leader and first man on the road on Friday's opening leg Thierry Neuville 4th fastest. Hyundai World Rally Championship driver Andreas Mikkelsen continued his promising form from Argentina into Thursday's shakedown for Rally Chile, posting the fastest time in his i20 Coupe WRC. The Norwegian was a 2nd per mile faster than anybody through the 4-mile stage. Matthew Jordan battled wet conditions to shoot a course record 63 for a 2-shot lead after the first round of the British Masters at Hillside, Southport. The 23-year-old sunk 9 birdies to sit on 9 under par, with fellow Englishman Matt Wallace and Sweden's Marcus Kinhult both on 7 under. Tournament host Tommy Fleetwood fired a 68 on the par 72 course that left him 5 shots off the lead.
Well, that brings us to the end of this hour of Live from Paris. Will is here in the studio to tell us what's coming up after the break. Will.
Actually, we're going to have a full roundup of all the top stories, including 2 of our main headlines here at France 24. We'll speak to our South Africa correspondent about the ruling ANC's worst scores in a national election in 25 years. That's coming up. And there are also fears of a fresh humanitarian crisis in Syria. Our reporter explains what the latest wave of fighting means for civilians on the ground. That's coming up. Stay tuned to Live from Paris.